Hello there and welcome to this evening's video, or rather this evening's video. I'm back here at none other than Heworth Cemetery. I know you're all thinking, hurry! He's back at the cemetery again. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. And I'm here without me dinner. I've only got a couple of, a few snack bars with us. One of which I've just had, which was a peanut butter nacked bar, as I call them. I think they're called naked, but they missed the E out. So I call them nacked, which is the proper name in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised I'm out today because last night I was ill. I was dizzy and everything. I stayed up too late. I was dog tired, but I felt dizzy and I could hardly move, stand up, walk or anything. It was serious. But I'm starting to think. I went for some chips at this chip shop in Pelo called Jazz and Jay's. And that's the second time I've felt like that on the night time when I get back home after having some of their chips with a sausage. I'm just wondering if it's some of the ingredients, such as they usually put sulfur dioxide in a lot of these takeaways and in some of the foods you buy in supermarkets as well, and it's not right. They shouldn't be doing that. I'm definitely allergic to that stuff, but I'm running out of choices for what to get to eat when I'm out. And tonight I probably won't be buying anything to eat, and I'm just probably going to have to go hungry until I get back home, because I've got one meal in the fridge and the date on it is today, so I have to use it today. Otherwise it'll be wasted and thrown in the bin. It's a use by date, not a it's a use by date, not a best before date. So pretty much I'll have to eat it when I get back, no matter what time it is. And the time right now is currently nearly 10 to 9, and I'm not using the external microphone at the minute, so I have to shout probably. Look at all the people in the houses. Look at them. They're looking at us, rather. Look at them. Get me words mixed up. No, I was just kidding. They're not looking, I don't think. What's he shouting about in the cemetery? Disturbing the peace. I wasn't shouting that loud, to be honest with you. But I've still got a bad foot. But I'm taking some echinacea now. I've had me antibiotics and everything. I've run me course of antibiotics, shall we say. And I'm using the selfie stick, which means I'm pointing the camera forward and this way at the same time. But it's a bit weird because normally if I'm recording forward, I don't have the camera all the way out there to point it forward. But I'm having to do that to get myself in better. Otherwise you'll have a close-up of my nose or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's not good. You know what I'm saying? So we'll try walking around a bit, unless I move to a different spot. But the lighting's not so great, so it might be a bit motion blurry, so apologies for that. But I'll try walking over here a bit. It's very, very warm today. Very warm. It's like humidly warm, you know? That type of warm. Why is that wobbling sideways? This is supposed to have stabilization. They lied to us. The sons of bitches. I don't know. Why is it like that? I can see some like jitteries going on. Sideways jitters. But I know what's causing that. Alright. By the way, I was in Morrison's the other day, right? And I was trying to use the toilet, you know, the public toilet, the disabled one. And I went up to the door and I had a look at the lock on the outside. You can tell if it's locked just by looking. It doesn't always say engaged, I don't think, I'm not sure, but you can see the little metal lock thing through the gap in the door, you know, where the door closes. And this guy come over to us and he goes, "Are you going to open it or what?" I says, "It's locked." He goes, "Oh, it's locked." But he felt like a bit of an idiot. He wasn't very polite, put it that way. I mean, I checked the door as well just to make sure, in front of him actually, just before he asked. He didn't really ask. Well, he did ask, but he was very not very polite, shall we say. Yeah, so. Oh. Actually, the lighting doesn't seem too bad over here. At the minute, at least. But I cannot walk too quickly because of my bad foot, you see. So, I thought I'd try this dual camera thing for a bit. And see how this goes. I can do it differently as well. I'll show you in a minute. I'll switch it to the other type of dual camera view. For some reason, there's tons of seagulls in here today. So it's a good job I'm not flying the drone today. You should be able to see some of them behind us. I'll point the camera up. They're all over the shop. So, not great. But, because some of you may be aware that I often get stalked by a seagull in the summer every time I go out the front door of my house. And I hope you can hear us for the goddamn seagulls. Will you shut up? Bloody hell, they're loud, I tell you. Loud and proud, it would appear. Loud and proud seagulls. And I still haven't found my friend's uncle's grave. I think it was his uncle or one of his relatives. I still haven't managed to find it, unfortunately. He was called, what was it again? God, I can't think now. I'll have to think about it. What was his name again? I've got this amazing memory skills. I've got like amazing memory skills. I always forget people's names. Okay, so I've just switched to the other view now, and there's another view again on this camera here with the dual camera setup. So you should be able to see me in the top left corner. And I think these seagulls are circling me by the looks of things. They've probably got some nests around here, no doubt. But not much I can do about that. So if they start attacking us, I'll just have to call the police, basically. Yeah, everyone knows the police are there to help you. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You noticed how a lot of police stations these days, you can't actually go inside of them anymore and report crimes. And they're all like locked up permanently, so it would appear. And there's just like a little yellow phone on the wall outside of the police station near the door usually. I only know this because I watch a lot of the auditing videos, as you probably know. And often the auditors often go to police stations. And there's very few of them still open where you can go in and inquire about stuff at the desk and speak to an actual live person. You know what I'm saying? So it's not great, I'll tell you that much. It's not great at all. I thought there was a grave there saying Eric Clapton there for a minute. It's Thomas Clapperton. If you can see in the background here. I'm pointing the wrong way. Yeah, I'm pointing the wrong like this. Hang on a minute, I can see pink flowers on the screen, but I can't see. Oh, I'm pointing forwards, I forgot. Hang on. I got it the wrong way around, man. Oh yeah. I have to do it. Hang on a minute. I have to do it like this. There. Just here. It says Thomas Clapperton. Is that the right one? Yeah, I think it is. It's hard to tell, you know what I'm saying? Whoa, your bike nearly fell over again. That always happens. God damn it, man. I noticed there's like a wooden cross stick thing down here. I think this dual camera must take some of the stabilization off by the looks of it, because it's going a bit shaky like. Oh well. I'll switch back the other way in a minute. So, if I put it like that again, stabilization I think still on the front, I'm not sure. I am not 100% sure, to be honest with you. But I thought I'd try recording this without the external mic, even though I do have it with us, I think. Because it picks up the ambient sounds in the background, like the seagulls, the cars on the road, other birds chirping, and just the general atmosphere, the atmospherics of what's going on where you are, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll tell you what, I could have done with some dinner, like, but I'm kind of be getting takeaways every time I'm out, you know what I mean? I've had about 2 this week, I think, so far. 2 takeaways. Chips, basically. Chips. No pizzas, though. No pizzas. I said I was going to cut down on the chips, which I have been, but just this week I had some chips. You know? So the sun is going down, and I can see a plane going across between the trees over there. I think it's just taken off from Newcastle Airport, I think. It's coming from the Newcastle direction by the looks of things. So, yeah. Now, you know something? This selfie stick I'm using here, it's very feeble, but I've got a few of them. I've got some different ones as well. A couple of different ones, I think. Slightly different. But I've got a couple in my backpack as well. So if this snaps or something, I'll just get another one out. It's not the most expensive one in the world, but then again, do you really need the most expensive selfie stick in the world just to shoot a video for YouTube? Some people think you do, but I'm one of them people who think you don't really need one, you know what I'm saying? Just get the cheapest one you can find as long as it works. And, well, providing you haven't got the most expensive camera in the world, on the end of it, I wouldn't worry too much. You know what I'm saying? Just in case it did break and fall into the hard tarmac or something, you know? Your camera, that is. But, yeah. I just noticed there was somebody in a car over in that building over there. I don't know he's doing it this time of night. It's 9 o'clock. I don't know what goes on in that building over there. Maybe it's some sort of extra venue for secret societies to meet up or something. I don't know. No, I doubt it though. I'm just exaggerating or something like that. But you never know. Does anyone know what that building's used for over there? Here in Heworth Cemetery? Anyone know? If you do, hit us up in the comments and let us know. So I'd be interested to hear from you. Okay? So thanks very much in advance for that. Somebody over there called Brian Quigley, I think I've videoed his grave before. From here he looks a bit like Johnny Cash. It just reminds me though, I'm getting a film called Quigley Down Under soon, hopefully. It's on Blu-ray, just come out not long ago. It also stars Laura San Giacomo, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And Alan Rickman, the late great Alan Rickman, who is probably most famous for starring as Hans, the bad guy in Die Hard, the first one with Bruce Willis in 1988. He was also famous for starring in a romantic drama called Truly, Madly, Deeply, with some other woman whose name I can't think of right now. I haven't seen that one though, but I know of it. So just behind us over here, you should see Brian Quigley, that big grey marble grave behind us there. That's Brian Quigley. So I always found that a strange title. It stars Tom Selleck. Did I say that already? There's Tom Selleck here on my t-shirt in a great film called Runaway. If you haven't seen Runaway, it was directed by Michael Crichton, who was a novelist, a book writer, and he was also a film director. But sadly he passed away quite some years ago, and he directed quite a few films. Some of them include Westworld with Yul Brynner and Richard Benjamin, and I think James Brolin was in there as well, the guy from the Amityville Horror, who's married to Barbara Streisand. And also he directed Coma with Michael Douglas and Genevieve Bujold. I'm sure some of you must have seen that one. It's a very tense thriller. What else did he do? He also sort of wrote Jurassic Park, I think. And what else? Let's think. Well, obviously he directed Runaway here with Tom Selleck and Cynthia Rhodes. Cynthia Rhodes also starred in Dirty Dancing, and she was also in Staying Alive with John Travolta. She played John Travolta's girlfriend, who he was always making her feel not too good, hanging around other women and stuff, and she was getting a bit, how do you put it, she wasn't feeling so great, a bit depressed and upset, you know. And he was always trying to reassure her and stuff and apologise to her for what he's been doing and stuff, you know. I'm trying to think what else Michael Crichton directed. God, I've gone blank. Anyway, what else did he direct? What else did Michael Crichton direct? Bloody hell, man. I'll probably think of it when we get back home. I think I mentioned most of them. Coma, Westworld, Runaway, Looker. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, it's most of them, I think. Most of the main ones, I would say. And as you may have heard, sad news, of course, Shelley Duvall, who was probably most famous for starring in The Shining, the Stephen King, which was based on the Stephen King book, of course, with Jack Nicholson. She passed away recently, sadly. And also, who else? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Martin Mull passed away. I just found out. You might not know who he is. Some of you may know who he is, but some of you may not. Most of you, in fact. He's probably, I don't know, he's most famous to me for starring in the film Clue, which was based on the board game Cluedo. In America, that game was called Clue, you see, so they named the film Clue, since it was an American film, directed by Jonathan Lynn, starring Tim Curry. And Martin Mull was one of the characters trying to decipher who was the murderer in that film. He was really good in it as well, really funny. And at the start of the film, everyone that arrived at the house, the mansion, they were all like sniffing, like they could smell dog shit, basically, and they were checking their shoes all the time, every time they arrived. Because there was some, I think it was an Alsatian or something, had done its business, and they got it on their shoes, you see. It's really funny. Christopher Lloyd was in that as well, who is most famous probably for playing Dr. Emmett Brown in Back to the Future films. And he was also in another great favourite film of mine called The Dream Team. That's Christopher Lloyd, by the way. If you haven't seen The Dream Team, I highly recommend it. It stars Michael Keaton, Peter Boyle, who played the Frankenstein monster in Young Frankenstein with Gene Wilder, and he passed away sadly as well. He was also in Species 2, and he was in what's it called? He was in another favourite film of mine called Hardcore with George C. Scott. That's the one where George C. Scott's trying to find his daughter who's gone missing, and she somehow ended up in the porn film industry, and he goes searching for her, trying to get her back, and he gets in all sorts of trouble and scrapes. And Peter Boyle was in that one as well. But The Dream Team also starred Stephen Furst. I believe he used to be in, I think, Sin Elsewhere, the TV series about the hospital. I think it was that one, or it might have been the one with George Clooney. I don't know, might have been, I'm not sure. But anyway, if you haven't seen The Dream Team, it's hilarious. It's about a group of mental patients who are going on a trip to a baseball game in the city with a doctor, and the van breaks down and they're left in the van by themselves in the middle of the city, and the doctor goes off looking for someone to repair the van or something, and they end up waiting so long, they're starving and all that, and they decide to get out the van and go for a walkabout, and they get into all sorts of adventures. And one of them, played by Christopher Lloyd, he plays Henry. He's obsessed with cleanliness, and he can't stand to see litter or rubbish anywhere. And he probably has a meltdown if you see some rubbish on the ground. He's like, oh! And he runs over and quickly picks it up and puts it in the bin somewhere. He's hilarious in that film. He really is, like. And if you haven't seen that famous clip of Christopher Lloyd on Wogan, the Terry Wogan chat show, back in the 80s and 90s, possibly early 2000s, I forget when it finished. There was a famous clip with Christopher Lloyd and Mary Steenburgen when they were on to promote Back to the Future 3. And Christopher Lloyd looked so uncomfortable talking, because it was on stage in front of an audience. He was a nervous wreck. He could hardly mutter a word to Terry Wogan, and Terry Wogan was making jokes about the situation, and so was Mary Steenburgen. But it was really good. The clip's on YouTube if you want to check it out. There's also a good clip of Nicolas Cage on the Terry Wogan show, where he enters the stage to come and chat to Terry Wogan doing cartwheels and somersaults. That was pretty funny. I think he was promoting the film Wild at Heart at the time, which he starred in with Laura Dern, who was also in another favourite film of mine called Smooth Talk, and that also starred Tret Williams, who sadly passed away recently in an alleged motorbike accident. On his motorbike, he got hit by a car or a truck or something, and he passed away, sadly. Freak accident, you know. That's what they said happened. I don't know if that's the truth or not. You never know these days with Hollywood and all that, do you? All these weird things that go on, you know. Well, I don't know what time it gets dark at the minute. It's past the middle of summer, I would say. Does it get dark at 10 o'clock if it hasn't been raining or it's cloudy? Or is it dark before 10 o'clock? I don't even know. Anyway, I'm standing around too much here. Let's go for a stagger around. Not that I've been drinking, I mean because of my bad foot. I don't drink alcohol. Let's repeat that for those who maybe didn't hear. I do not drink alcohol. Yeah. It's loud over here, you know, the traffic. You may not have heard us. By the way, did I tell you this? I don't drink alcohol. Just thought I'd say it for a third time, just in case. There's a bear on this grave over here. So you could say I've got a bear behind, if you catch me drift. But I haven't actually got a bear behind, but I do have a bear behind us. So, you know when people say bear with us, I always think we've got a bear with them. And I actually do right now, there's one there. It's just a picture of one, but never mind. It's the closest I'm going to get right now because there's no actual real bears in here that I know of. There might be some little statues of bears. Possibly even a little cuddly toy bear. But I'm not 100% sure on that. You know what I'm saying? Aye. They've definitely been cutting the grass in here again and trimming some of the branches off the trees. Because I had no problem riding over the other end there, which is usually pretty overgrown. So they've done a good job, whoever did it, that's for sure. But I stay away from over there because it's a bit under the trees, a bit dark like. It's a bit dim, shall we say. A bit dim, lad. It's a bit dim. Okay, well, I've just remembered, with the help of this name on this grave here, the name of my friend's relative. It says here, Nora Hope. It just jogged me memory, because I remember there was a grave over here somewhere with the same surname. The name of the guy I was looking for was Ed Hope. But I can't find his grave anywhere in here, and I don't know what year he passed away either, and neither does my friend. So it's like looking for a needle in a freaking haystack, shall we say. You know what I'm saying? Aye. And behind me over here is the infamous cross with the seats round it. Well, I don't know if they're meant to be seats, I guess they are. On the bottom, you can sit there. It's a good place to sit actually, but people can creep up behind you and you least expect it down the path behind it. Gives you a bit of a fright sometimes. so as long as you're okay with getting a fright, it's a good place to sit. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not okay with getting a fright, it's not a good place to sit. I'd suggest you sit over on one of them 3 benches over there instead. Or on the grass or something, you know. That's my recommendation. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap up this video now because the light is getting a bit worse. So, and I'm over next to these trees here, which doesn't help. So, and I've got to get back to make me dinner as well. So I'd just like to thank you very much for watching this video. And if you've enjoyed any of it, even if it was just a couple of seconds or 3 seconds, could you please give us a little like? And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see some more videos at some point in the future. Okay? So until next time, as he says with a green fly on his arm, get off. Will you get off, man? I'm getting harassed by green flies now. It's never a good thing. So until next time, I will wish you all a very fond farewell. So bye for now. Ta-ra now. See you later.